I'm here because cybersecurity in our election process obviously has been in the forefront of the media in the past 4 years and really has jumped to the top of the list of the most important issues facing our democracy today.
I'm attending today as Fayette County Clerk, which is the chief election official for a county in Kentucky, to learn a little bit more about cybersecurity and so forth as it relates to elections.
Learning about ways to prevent any type of breach or unauthorized access to our election systems could jeopardize our entire democracy, and I want to learn everything I can to help prevent such actions.
We're not a Republican establishment, we're not a Democratic establishment. Our candidate is democracy. This is a very, very complicated issue, but some very, very simple steps can be taken to protect you on a daily basis from phishing attacks, from malware attacks, from ransomware attacks.
I'm pretty sure that most of the reports over and over again say there's just very, very little actual fraud.
I know it's really hard to get officials to talk about something that didn't go well, but what we often learn the most from is an abject failure, which we then audit and look at and learn from and build a better process from.
Best practices now say that we should be using a voter-verified paper audit trail system, whether that's through a ballot marking device or actual paper pencil.
My primary concern actually is not about cybersecurity. My primary concern is that the public will lose confidence in elections through disinformation and other types of activities that might lead them to believe that their vote doesn't count or that the election is rigged or something like that. I think that's a far greater challenge that we need to watch for.
Having integrity in our elections is paramount to everything that this country stands for, and without it, we lose our legitimacy not only to have fair elections, but to be leaders in the democratic movement across the world.
It is more effective to find and isolate the people and entities that are sharing the disinformation often than it is in actually tackling the disinformation itself. If you build an army of people around the idea of we're going to make sure at the very least that our elections go off as smoothly as possible, the time to give people the facts and to build trust is not in the immediate aftermath of a crisis, it's now.
By nature of one of our goals of this initiative, which is to try to serve as the connective tissue between people in elections and people who work in campaigns, one of the common threads that we've seen is the amount of headache and heartache that you can avoid by implementing a crisis communication plan or mechanism.
Get to know the people who are going to cover you when the bad thing happens, before the bad thing happens. Somebody said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I trust the press. I don't know if I trust the media." Doesn't matter. You'd better get to know them. Otherwise, again, you'll start out way, way behind.
Personal responsibility has to be on an individualized level, but it also takes collective action to understand and educate. And I think this is a great first step in terms of not only educating individuals on a one-on-one basis, but also teaching individuals to spread that message about actions that are happening, actions that are predicted, and how we can prevent those and ensure that our democracy lasts for the coming years, decades, and generations.